My name is Lisa Franks, and I live in my wheelchair-accessible campervan. I'm Canadian, and where I call home has long, harsh winters, so I have been spending my winters in California. I surf, mountain bike, and get up to any other adventure that comes my way. As a Canadian, I'm allowed 180 days in the US per year, and since spring has sprung here in California, it's time to make my way back to Canada. I'll be doing a lot of driving, but that doesn't mean I can't partake in some adventures along the way. I even get to cross off something that's been on my bucket list for years, and I invite you to come along with me. So here is the deal. I have been down in Southern California for the past 5 months. I spent a lot of my time on the coast because I love to surf. I'll take trips to the desert and to the mountains from there, but really it's my home base during the winter. The draw here is surfing, and I like having a routine and familiar spots to camp and hang out at. But the beach that I surf at has been out of commission for over 2 months now. A storm washed the road out, so I haven't even been surfing. I've felt really displaced actually without having my routine with surfing and everything in place. And now it's time. I need to hit the road. I need to start the drive back to Canada. I was really hoping to stick around long enough to see the beach open. It's a bit of a bummer. I don't get to say goodbye to all my beach friends that hang out there. And I don't get to say goodbye to my home, really. The beach that I call home is not your average stretch of sand and sea. No, it's a little slice of paradise that holds a special place in my heart. The waves offer long rides that satisfy the seasoned surfer or someone just dipping their toes in for the first time. The beach has waves for everyone. I love this beach because it's relatively wheelchair accessible with beach mats and a special cart to help adaptive surfers across the sand. But what truly sets this beach apart is its people. You're greeted with smiles and warmth that make you feel like part of a family. These individuals go above and beyond and are always willing to lend a hand so I can get in and out of the water safely. Whether we are cheering each other onto the perfect wave or cooking up a storm after an epic surf session, the sense of community here is palpable. It's no wonder it's my happy place, and I'm sad to be leaving without a proper goodbye. So I'm headed back to find a spot right now to watch the last sunset while I'm here on the coast. It could be probably 7, maybe even 8 months before I see a sunset over the Pacific Ocean. So luckily the clouds have cleared and I get to see it one last time. It's funny, I see my friend Luis is parked here. He must have the same idea. It's nice. I'll actually get to say goodbye to him as well. Hi! I'm so funny I saw you here. I just messaged you.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you.
You too.
How is your wishes to drive back home?
I was gonna leave Monday, and then I keep putting it off and putting it off, and then I wanted to leave today, and I just was like depressed about leaving. I'll leave tomorrow. It's like, oh, I'm vlogging. This is my friend Luis.
Hello.
He's a Vanlifer as well. We surf together, and I'm glad we got to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Aw, I'm gonna miss this place and the people. Louise and I watched the sunset, and being able to say goodbye to one of my beach friends gave me a sense of closure and made me feel better about hitting the road in the morning. But I guess now it's time to put a stamp at the end of my winter here in Southern California and start the slow migration home to Canada. I typically take the coast when I'm driving to or from California, but this year I decided to switch things up a little bit. My friend Devin lives in Bishop, California, and he's always telling me how beautiful his area of the country is, so I decided to see with my own eyes. I'll take the 395 highway up to Bishop and along the Eastern Sierra mountain range. After that, I'll make stops in Bend and Portland, Oregon, and then straight to the border for my return to Canada. After a few hours on the road, it's time to find a gas station. Costco is always a good bet because they're usually the cheapest in the area, and as an added bonus, they'll actually pump your gas if you ask.
Hi, can I get assistance with pumping when it's my turn?
Yeah, of course.
Great, thank you.
Since I use a wheelchair, pumping my gas can take a lot longer than usual. I have to transfer into my wheelchair, and then get on my wheelchair lift and outside of the vehicle. I have to pump the gas, and then get back on my wheelchair lift into the vehicle, and then transfer onto the driver's seat again. All of the transfers take a lot more time and energy, so anytime I can find a full-service gas station, I take full advantage.
Yeah, it just pops out.
There we go. Thank you. Regular or premium?
Regular fill, yeah. Was it storming here the last week or really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was really bad yesterday, actually, lightning and thunder. And,
Oh wow. I'm glad I waited because I was supposed to leave Monday, but yeah.
Yeah, today should be beautiful. The rest of the week sounds like it's going to be beautiful too.
Good stuff.
Alrighty, we're all set.
Thank you so much.
Have a safe trip.
Thanks.
With that task done, I'm back on the road. I'm starting to see mountains in the distance, and that's making me even more excited for this alternate route that I'm taking.
Well, I made it to my first spot. I only drove about 3 hours, 3.5 with the gas stop, but that's enough for me. My goal today was just to get out of the city. I've been in the city so much. I just wanted to find a quiet spot and camp for the night, so I found this public land right off my road, and I think it's gonna be a great spot for tonight. The wildflowers are absolutely going off right now. Really cool to see, and then I think tomorrow morning the sun's gonna come up right over there, so that'll be a beautiful sight, and it's just nice to get some quiet time after being in the city for the last couple of weeks.
One of the reasons I don't drive very far is because my body just doesn't like it. Ever since I injured my shoulder many years ago, sitting stationary is the worst thing for me. I have to be very careful when I manage my day, and movement is critical to keep my body happy and healthy. I usually try to bike, surf, or swim each day, and when I can't do that, just getting out of my wheelchair and doing some yoga and stretching is the next best thing. After spending much of my winter in the city along the coast, I've come to cherish the tranquility and grounding nature that comes with being in the middle of nowhere with nobody around. That's the beauty of van life. I don't have to choose between city and nature. I'm not confined to one location or even one lifestyle. The second I'm feeling overwhelmed in the city, I just hit the road and find starlit skies and sunrises over rugged mountains. I do love a desert sunrise, but I can't linger here for long. I am hitting the road early because I have to meet Devin and Maggie in Bishop. I initially connected with Devin over Instagram. He had watched a tour of my van on YouTube and took some of the ideas I implemented and put them into his van. Through those Instagram conversations, we realized we have a lot more in common than van life and spinal cord injuries. We also love adventure and adaptive mountain biking. Earlier in the year, when Devin and his partner Maggie were in San Diego at the same time I was, we went for a mountain bike ride, and it was on that ride that he convinced me to visit Bishop. Now, upon my arrival in Bishop, we waste no time getting on an adventure. My first time ever exploring in a Jeep. With Maggie at the wheel, we navigated rugged terrain, climbing steep inclines with little room for error. I am pretty adventurous, and I'll take my van, probably where I shouldn't take it, but I couldn't help gripping the edges of my seat with white knuckles. I was content being in the passenger seat for a change, because it meant fully immersing myself in the experience, soaking in every sight, every sound, and sensation along the way. I really have to thank Maggie and Devin for their willingness to show me around the beautiful area of Bishop. Exploring in such an adventurous manner made it truly unforgettable. I just got back from a great ride with Maggie and Devin, and they did a really good favor for me. I had my medical supplies sent to their house, so if you saw a recent video that I did where I talk about my bathroom situation in the van and also how having a spinal cord injury impacts going to the bathroom, you'll know that I have to carry a lot of medical supplies with me. And it's hard on the road to find places to get them shipped, so I'll get them shipped to a friend's, or sometimes even just the post office as general delivery, but that can be hit and miss. So I have to kind of plan my route, where I'm going, when I'm going to run out of medical supplies, and then hopefully all the timing works out and I can get them shipped. And so I'm got them all picked up, and now my task is to put them away. There they are. That's 6 weeks worth of medical supplies, and really, that's just to go to the bathroom. The bulk of the medical supplies I carry are these catheters. So I have a bunch of these white boxes, and I have been able to find a spot with them under my bed. Since my bed is framed out with 2x4s, if you look to the underside, there's actually quite a bit of wasted space. There's this empty cavity in between the framing, kind of all along the underside of the bed. So what I've done is I've added this elastic, and I just crisscrossed it, and then that allows me to stuff these white boxes up in this cavity. And then depending on how many boxes are in there, I can tighten and cinch this up. But that's where most of the catheters live. They don't all fit there, but I gotta make use of every single crevice in the van. Okay, there we go. Under the bed, I've got about 8 boxes, stuff up there, and then I have another 5 boxes tucked in this little crevice here. I'm just finished in time to catch the last daylight over the mountains where I'm camping, but it's going to be an early night for me because in the morning, Devin and Maggie are taking me to a special camp spot.
Are y'all ready to hit the road?
Ready to hit the road.
Woohoo, let's go! Now this might look like an ordinary camp spot, but in the morning, you'll see what makes it so incredibly special. Soaking in a non-commercial hot springs has been on my bucket list for as long as I can remember. And thanks to Devin and Maggie's knowledge of the area, they were able to recommend one that's relatively wheelchair accessible and easy to get into. This is such a rare find, and I was able to enjoy it mostly to myself. It feels impossible to put into words how lucky I am to be able to immerse myself in this natural wonder. So I'm not even going to try. I am just going to enjoy this moment and soak it all in. After the hot springs, we managed to fit in one last mini adventure. It's been such a pleasure to see Devin and Maggie's backyard and to get to know them a little bit better too. As I embark on the road again, I know that with each mile traveled, I'm getting further from one home on the coast but inching closer to my other home in Canada. I leave Bishop with a full heart, gratitude for discovering a new adventure playground, and anticipation for what's next to come. Thanks for watching, everyone, and remember to keep a wheel.